of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville.
Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Jacksonville.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
It was just 3rd down and short, but he bit off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he's got this down to the 35.
Walker now at 1st and 10.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So that'll move them up 5, make the kick a little easier.
Rarely do you get kickers that don't want some yardage closer to the post, right? It's rare, but in this case, they'll definitely take it.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Take right open.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
ETN up the middle.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Put a man in motion left, Ridley. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Flushed out right.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On third down, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a first down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Going for it, here's ETN.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
Lawrence.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
On first and 10, it's Lawrence. He targets Ingram. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Second and 10. It's a throw again is Lawrence.
Buying time to his left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
11.
That's good for another.
And they'll run with ETN.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead.
And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he returns this to the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, able a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a first and 10.
There we go, sit on.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
There we go, sit on. 49, 49.
Brings up second and a yard. At the 14-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll sneak it with Smith.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Give to Walker on the read option.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Geno Smith keeping it himself from 7 yards out.
And the Seahawks have regained the lead.
And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in.
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 2. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play gets them right back up to that level.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, but it's 2nd down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Big strides, look at him go.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23.
On 1st down, Lawrence.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. Touchdown! Evan Ingram, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. 22 yards there, a first down.
Now it's Smith off the bootleg.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second.
Now Gino. Flush to his right.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now a draw play. It's Walker.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's go Wednesday, Wednesday.
Back to throw, Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
1st and goal, Seattle.
Here's Walker.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Walker.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Ken Walker.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots and going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Hey, let's go.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this one is incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. He can't get him down. Taken down at the 42.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try to chip someone at the second level.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. This ball caught by Strange. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 3rd and 2, Smith. That's complete to his running back, Dallas. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. On 1st and 10, Smith. Being chased out left. And he's taken in by the tight end Fant. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith eluding the pressure right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Smith on the move to his left. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Escaping the pressure right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. Got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. They'll try the air now with Smith. And he's brought down. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now maybe a free play here for Smith. Walker, and he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Gino's going to throw. It's complete, and he got in on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 7.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Loss of 2. Brings up 3rd and
Now Lawrence. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Straight ahead, ETN. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
Easy, 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 easy.
loss makes it 3rd down and 5.
On 3rd down, here's ETN. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. Back now in Jacksonville. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter play.
Hey, Ron.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A handoff for ETN. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Here's Lawrence. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Here's a give to ETN. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Once more ETN, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd
Hey,
and goal.
Jupiter.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Jaguars! Brenton Strange, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jags answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Here we go.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And Walker once more. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
He finds Smith and Jigba. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. We're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. And Smith's throw into the hands of Lockett. Touchdown, Seahawks! Tyler Lockett, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3.
Jason Myers to kick off 4th down.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Safe right.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Here comes 2nd down.
Easy. Read it. 44.
Back to throw. Lawrence. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Lawrence. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. He will push his way down to about the 14. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on fourth down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Jaguars take over first and 10.
This is first and 10. Throwing now, Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there. Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and that should just about do it. Walker with another carry. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. And I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.